first started in the program, was the advice that you were getting the typical advice that I got when I first started getting into the business in 2005, 2006, which is, if you want to grow your business, there's only one way. It's smile and dial. Pick up that phone and call. That was my experience, but you having started it again a bit later, was that the type of advice you got? And how did you break away from that, or did you even bother to do that in the beginning?
Great question. So I did that historically in my career. So when I was at the beginning, 2002, 2003, working for the advisor at Waterhouse, that's exactly what I did. I smiled and dialed with the best of them. And I know that I'm capable of doing it, and doing wholesaling for a long time and inside sales, that's a big part of the job. But I elected, I'm so sick and tired of doing that I didn't want to do that. So when I came over here, that's obviously one aspect of what you can do to grow a business. But I elected right from the get-go, I'm never going to cold call. And to this day, I haven't. So I was fortunate. I had a really good teacher. So my whole way of building my business has been ultimately cultivating champions. So it's not really anything innovative and new. It's just more applying my 11-year skill set in this side of the business. So again, wholesaling is a well-oiled machine, and that's something that I'm intimately familiar with because of how long I did it for. So all I've done really effectively is take the best of the best from that side of the business and apply it on the advisory side. And all of a sudden, it took a little bit of lead time, but then the stars started aligning, and things have been going really well.
Yeah. So say more about what that is.
So effectively,
I could just hear a number of people who do that in their day-to-day life, just saying a breath of relief, saying you can actually do that. I don't know how.
So I'd say, like, your typical wholesaling team is comprised of three people. You'll have the external wholesaler, you'll have an inside salesperson, and then you'll have like a territory coordinator or an assistant. Now, I've done all three of those jobs, right? So I literally started at the bottom and worked my way up. So all I've done is effectively try to recreate that on my side. And I was basically forced to scale up faster than most people who were in my chair would. I had to put my money where my mouth was, which is another really tough thing for a lot of advisors to do. As my mentor always jokes, we're all like T-Rexes, right? We can't reach our wallet. So realistically, that's effectively what I had to do, is consciously not be cheap and invest back in my business and back in myself. And you have to spend money to make money. Now, I didn't have a lot, so I had to get really creative on how to stretch a dollar, but effectively create that three-stage system where, if I'm a big golfer, so golf is a lot of my analogy. So one person's the tee, another person's the ball, and I'm just the driver. My job is to show up and knock it out of the park. So ultimately, once you got those pieces in place, and it took a couple of years to get it, but once I got that, then all of a sudden, really the paradigm completely shifted, and we became one of the faster growing practices in the country.